Jolly Manuel again, and welcome to part 4 of Behind the Book Tech. Hopefully by now you have already included this book in your book list or in your Kindle or iPhone whatsoever. But yeah, I have this book, and if you have that, if you haven't read it, go check out the links below. You can get it anytime, like, you know, on Amazon, Book Depository, Barnes & Nobles, any big online bookstores, you can definitely find that. But anyways, back to this. So, for those who have read it, you can probably listen to what I expect you to feel and compare it to your own reading experience. What I want readers to feel, well, it's related to the stuff that I've mentioned in part 3, which is the play script style. In 3 parts of this novel. So there are 3 parts where there will be play script dialogue styles. And then what I want you to feel is that I want my readers to be confused at the end when they see the third, which will be the end. The third here, they will be confused on who is voice 1. So basically, if you look at the play script, it's always mostly the conversations between voice 1 and voice 2. For voice 2, I think very soon you will know who he or she is, but for voice 1, it's always a mystery. And I believe when you reach the second play script style, you might think, okay, I already know who voice 1 is. But I'm sorry, probably when you reach the end, you might doubt this. Perhaps it's not the voice 1 that you expected, or the first play script might be a conversation that the 2 person said. I would say there are at least 3. I would say yes, at least 3 people that can be related to voice 1, who voice 1 is. So yes, I want readers to be confused, and that's one of the aims I want people to feel, and then one of the experiments that I want to experiment on. And the second thing I want them to feel is related to the Chinese characters I mentioned. As I mentioned before, I want my readers to treat, if you are not someone who knows Chinese, I want you to treat it as a picture, right? It's quite essential when you treat it as a picture or symbol. It doesn't have to have a meaning, but yeah, definitely an interesting thing for people to see. Like, basically, you include some pictures inside a text. So when you look at the paragraphs, normally you won't see, see a lot of pictures in the middle of some of the passages, right? But I want to include pictures in it. So while you are reading words, you also encounter some of the pictures inside in the middle of the context, so it gives you a clear idea of what will be happening. As for Chinese readers, for those who know Chinese, I want you to explore the patterns behind these Chinese characters. It is not random. Those Chinese characters are not randomly put. If you've read my story, there's a series of Chinese characters and like single words or single Chinese characters, but they are not randomly chosen. There's a reason. There's another myth, or there's definitely another story that's related to the Chinese culture behind it. And I want you guys to explore for Chinese, for readers who know Chinese. And then I believe the third thing I want readers to feel or think, it's all written in this warning for the second page of my novel, and I think I can read it out loud. So, warning, be patient. Remember to be patient when you read this book. Don't simply judge the book based on its cover. The answer might seem to be obvious and have been revealed in the beginning, but it might not be the truth. Truth is hidden under layers and layers. So if you think you already know the answer for certain questions, think again, read further. You might find another answer hidden in the later chapters or even in the future books. Some characters might seem to be unnecessary for now, but they might be one of the most important characters or characters significantly affecting certain events that happen in the later books of the Blessed or Cursed Series. Since this is the prologue, not the end, some foils and parts of some over-explained conversations in this story might be the cause of the chain reactions in or Easter eggs for the coming stories. So be patient. Don't try to come into conclusion before you finish the whole story or even the whole series. Be patient. So one of the things I hope readers to be is be patient when you read this book. As I mentioned, truth is hidden under layers and layers. You can treat this as one single book, and even for this one single book, there are so many hidden stories, like stories within stories, that talks about the background stories of each character. I want to make, even for the side characters, you can always see a backstory of them just through their dialogues or their actions. That's also one of the things. And of course, I've just mentioned I'm writing a series, so some of the characters, as I mentioned here, to you might be unnecessary, or perhaps like, why do you include him or her, or perhaps like they are just minor characters, but they are given a name. As once again, there's an importance of name, but they're given a name. You will be wondering why these small characters are given names. Well, the reason for that, the signal would be they might become one of the most important characters in my coming stories, or You know, you never know. And there are stories within stories. What I like to do is I like to hide a lot of stories, subplots inside this book. And the funny thing is I would eventually have to reference to this book from time to time just to not lose track of the characters or things that are related to my series. Basically, the whole planning of the series is already hinted from here. This is also a proposal, you know, that hides all the plans I have for my following series. So basically, the 13 books, the planning of the 13 books is in this book, but only I know what's going to happen because you guys don't know what will happen next. But basically, everything that's going to be happening in the future is related to here. A lot of the characters that will be appearing in the next few books will be in here. So yes, this is somehow the biggest clue of my series. If you really want to know what's going to happen next, read this book. Definitely have to read this book. So you'll find that this is relatively shorter because I don't want to control my readers to how to read. I just want to explain some of the feelings I hope readers to feel. But if you can't feel it or you don't have the same feeling I have, it's alright. I would definitely want people to tell me, like perhaps something I plan to do. It's definitely different from what others would perceive. Like there's definitely a different interpretation with the same work. So if you have read my novel, the story, please write a book review or at least tell me what you think about this book. It's very essential. Like it's very essential for the second edition. Yes, I definitely would do a second edition. I know there might be a lot of mistakes and stuff for the second edition, but also for my coming novels as well. I do want to improve a lot. So if you have read my story, feel free to tell me what you think about it. So yeah, I guess that's finally it. I finally completed the behind the book day! Anyways, let's end this video by saying remember to stop existing, start living, and be alive. And yeah, go check out the links below. It's a story that you cannot miss.